and welcome back to your second DARE lesson. Today we're going to be talking about tobacco. Tobacco is the drug that you would mostly see people smoking. So when we refer to smoking, tobacco is the product that's actually being smoked. There's a couple of different forms of it. The two that you are probably most common, that you would know more commonly, would be the actual cigarette or chewing tobacco, which comes in a kind of circular container, and it just looks like loose brown leaves in it. I'll talk a little bit more about that product after we do our fact sheet. So just like the last time in the DARE book, we have a tobacco fact sheet, a did you know facts about tobacco use. In Canada, it is illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under the age of 18, 19 in some provinces and territories. There are 200 known dangerous chemicals in cigarette smoke. Cigarettes contain nicotine, a powerfully addictive substance. Smoking is the leading preventable cause of death in this country. More than 39,000 Canadians die from tobacco-related causes each year. In Canada, more than 800 deaths a year can be attributed to secondhand smoke. Some health effects of tobacco use. Nicotine in cigarettes and chewing tobacco reduces the amount of blood that flows to the brain. This interferes with the way the brain works. Smoking causes heart disease. Smokers have more colds and upper respiratory problems. Smoking causes lung cancer. Chewing tobacco can cause mouth cancer, tooth loss, and other health problems. Smoking can yellow your teeth and cause bad breath, dry your skin, and cause wrinkles. So for the two different types of tobacco, cigarettes and chewing tobacco, there are a couple of health effects in there. How they are ingested in the body differs, and because of that, some of the health effects from those particular types of products are going to differ as well. So for smoking, you breathe it in through your mouth and it goes down into your body and into your lungs. That's why smoking causes lung disease and heart disease, because that's where the smoke is going first. Chewing tobacco is different. Chewing tobacco goes in your mouth, and it actually goes in between your gum and your lip, and it sits there. And the product absorbs into your body through your gum and your lip. So that's why chewing tobacco causes mouth cancer, tooth loss, and other problems like that, because it's not being smoked. It's going into your body, but it's being absorbed through a different body part. So that's the reason why those chemicals would affect something like your mouth rather than your lungs. It's just the different way that the product is ingested. So some fill in the blanks. The first question, there are more than 200 known blanks in cigarette smoke. The answer to that is 200 known dangerous chemicals. So some of the products that are in tobacco, tar, you know that black stuff we pave roads with? That's in tobacco. Arsenic. Arsenic is more commonly known as rat poison. So we have rat poison in tobacco. Mercury. I'm not talking about the planet. Mercury is actually a metal. It's a liquid metal. And if you've ever looked at an old school thermometer, there's a silver ball at the bottom of the thermometer. That silver liquid is mercury. And just to give you kind of a scope of what that stuff can do, if you were to break the thermometer and that mercury were to get on your hand, it would burn a hole in your hand. It is highly corrosive. So those are 3 of the 200 known chemicals that are in tobacco. I don't know about you, but I don't want tar in my system. Arsenic, rat poison, not so much. Mercury, something that if I got on my hands would burn a hole in my hand. Why would I want that in my lungs? Question number 2. Cigarettes contain blank, a powerful substance that causes addiction. Cigarettes contain tobacco. And so the question that I get asked a lot from my DARE students is, how come people start this stuff and why do they keep doing it? We're going to get to the why people start in our next lesson, but why they keep doing it is because of tobacco and, more commonly, nicotine. Nicotine is the substance, it's one of the 200 chemicals that's in tobacco that gets you addicted. So when we talk about addiction, let me ask you a question. If I were to take the thing away that you loved most in the world, video games, playing with your friends, riding your bike, YouTube videos. If I were to take all of that away and say you can never have that again, how would you feel? Probably pretty angry. A lot of people would be mad at me for taking it away. A lot of people would sneak behind my back to do it anyway or to get what they wanted anyway. Now think about that thing that I've taken away from you. None of that is in your body. It's not coursing through your veins. It's not in your blood. It's just something that you can no longer have. If somebody is addicted to a substance like tobacco, that's in their body. It's in their blood. It's running through their veins. And to just take something away, very, very, very difficult on the system. Quitting smoking is one of the hardest things that somebody has ever tried to do. And if you've ever been around somebody who's tried to quit smoking, they probably weren't very pleasant when they were trying to quit. Some of them might have succeeded. Others probably kept smoking. It is incredibly hard to quit. So if you know somebody that smokes, and I know after this lesson you may be concerned, if you know somebody that smokes, the best advice that I can give you is to sit down and have a talk with them. Tell them that you're worried. See if there's a solution that you guys can come up with. Maybe they're willing to quit. Maybe they're not. But you have to be patient and just encourage them. Number 3, more than blank Canadians die from tobacco-related causes each year. More than 39,000 Canadians die from tobacco-related causes each year. Number 4, in Canada, more than 800 deaths a year can be attributed to secondhand smoke. So 800 people of the 39,000 from the previous question are people who die from secondhand smoke. And what secondhand smoke is, they're not actually the ones smoking. They're around somebody who smokes and they're breathing in those chemicals. So they're not getting the nicotine. They're not going to get addicted to smoking, but they are breathing in the other 199 chemicals that are in tobacco. And because of that, they can develop the same type of illnesses, the lung cancer, the heart diseases, all the different other types of cancers and respiratory problems that come along with smoking. They get those illnesses as well. And 800 people a year die because of secondhand smoke, because they are around somebody who smokes. Smokers have more blank and blank problems. Smokers have more colds and upper respiratory problems. And that stands to reason because they're putting something into their system that's affecting their lungs. And when your lungs aren't healthy, you're more susceptible to getting colds and other upper respiratory problems because your lungs are damaged. Number 6, smoking can cause blank and smelly blank. Smoking can cause yellow teeth and smelly breath. The teeth is because of the chemicals, and the breath is because also of the chemicals. Anytime you're going to put something into your system like that, you're going to end up smelling something. And finally, number 7, it is blank to sell tobacco to anyone under the age of 18, 19 in some provinces and territories. It's 18 here in New Brunswick, and it is illegal to sell tobacco to anybody under the age of 18. So if you're working in a store, you can't sell tobacco to anybody under the age of 18. And if you look in the stores, you'll actually see a little card by the cash register that says you have to be born on such and such a date in order for them to be able to sell you tobacco products. And if your birthday is after that date, they're not allowed to sell to you. So you have to be 18. It's also illegal for you to ask somebody who is 18 to go and buy tobacco for you. So you can't give somebody the money, tell them to go into the store, and then come out and give you the cigarettes. That is also illegal. So get to know your tobacco laws before you try to go in, and if you choose to smoke, before you try to go in and buy your product. Make sure that you're the right age and that you're not breaking any laws. That's it for tobacco. The next lesson, we're going to dive into the reasons why people your age and a little bit older start smoking. So until then, take care.